Folks, I promised a video about show how to make a professional looking website using WordPress and also the Avada theme from ThemeForest. And so here I am. I'm going to try to follow through on that promise. This is DreamHost, that's who I use most of the time. You can see here I have a number of different websites that are hosted on my DreamHost account. You just pay one like $9 a month fee to host as many websites as you want to. Really, you have to buy each of the domains, of course. Like here, my buddy Rich Cove, he's bought this one, and I'm going to host this website for him that he's working on. He's actually doing a blog now, and you can see some other ones here. Some of them have gone ahead, and we've let them die. But let me jump right into what I'm going to do here. You see, I have this one called GoProFreak.com. Right now it says it's DNS only. It's not being hosted. All you have to do on DreamHost, this is my way of doing this. Any host will do the same sort of thing, probably, as long as they offer unlimited domains. I want to add hosting to my GoProFreak.com. I bought this last year and haven't done anything with it, so I think I'm going to make a website called GoPro Freak, because I certainly am a certifiable GoPro Freak. Okay, so here we go. It's going to ask me, okay, I want to use both HTTP. Yeah, I want to be able to use that and not use the www either one, so I'm going to do this. Okay, and I'm going to create a new user. Or am I going to use the same one? I'll just probably use Tony Lee Glenn. I think I could stay with that one. Alright, I'm going to put on my Tony Lee Glenn. And so this will be my web directory, and so it's showing me that I'm going to have, since I'm hosting multiple sites, I need to probably write this down. It's going to be home, and since my username is Tony Lee Glenn, it'll be home Tony Lee Glenn /GoProFreak.com. That's where my web directory is going to be, and it's going to be a little bit important because I'm going to upload Avada, and Avada is so big you can't do a install from a zip file. It's so large you have to actually FTP to it, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, PHP mode, you have to have PHP to run WordPress, and it's like they have 5.4, but it says recommended is still the 5.3. So I'm going to just go ahead and leave it at what the default is. I'm going to trust that the guys at DreamHost know what they're talking about. Maybe they know some bugs or something that's going on here. Google services, Google Analytics, that'll all be that's totally fine. I'm not going to worry about that. I don't see that I have to put any kind of passwords or anything in. I do have to do the CAPTCHA though. I'm going to fully host this domain. I can actually hear my pug in the next room snorting at me right now. So, okay, so they have set me up now to be fully hosted. And so what is going on, this little clock right here is going on DreamHost. And so it's going to take it a few minutes, probably. It says up here, GoPro Freak has been added to our hosting. Since it takes time for new DNS to propagate, it may take up to a few hours to start working. Right now, no email addresses, no problem. So it's giving me my DNS and everything, my name servers. And it actually goes much faster than it claims. I guess they're trying to just play it safe here. Okay, folks, so I'm going to hope that it has already built my folders for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Goodies here on DreamHost, and it has these one-click installs. I'm going to click on this. This is where you install WordPress, which is the platform for Avada and any of the WordPress templates to run on. So I'm going to go ahead and click on WordPress. It's a custom installation. It looks right, and you can see it's rated very high by the people who use it, and everybody loves WordPress now. I'm going to say a custom installation. Select a domain. I'm going to pick my GoProFreak.com. Please be sure there are no files there now. There should not be. I'm going to say install it for me. So this is pretty cool. We'll see if it actually. Okay, WordPress will be installed to HTTP GoPro Freak within 10 minutes. Using your GoProFreak.com database. So while that's going on, I am going to go ahead and now get ready to FTP the Avada theme over to my GoProFreak.com. So I'm going to pick back up with you in a second and show you how that's done. Okay folks, so I'm back and I've actually gone into Dreamweaver. Now you don't have to go into Dreamweaver. You could use any FTP program that you want to, like FileZilla I think would be a really good one to use. Free, it doesn't cost you a dime. But this one, I always do my FTP and through Dreamweaver because I own Dreamweaver. So, you know, for me the way I do it, I go to site, I did manage sites, and then this manage sites pops up. Here are a bunch of different websites that I host or work on. I'm going to go to GoPro Freak. I already have set this up. And in other words, the way I did that was I made a new site right here, and of course it brought up, I had to type in GoPro Freak and go to the folder where it is, and I made a thing called GoPro Freak website. So here it is. Then I clicked on servers, and then I went ahead and I made my FTP stuff. So here's GoPro Freak. My username is Tony Lee Glenn. I put my password and stuff in there. And so I've got GoProFreak.com, and I've got the everything set up. So this would be Tony Lee Glenn back here. This is my GoProFreak.com and /. So as you saw, I wrote down before there, your host, your person like DreamHost or whoever you host will tell you where to make your root directory, and that's why I wrote that down a while ago. So I'm going to go ahead and say cancel. I've already saved this. I'm going to cancel, and so I know it's going to work. So I'm done, and actually what I've done here, this is my local view, which has nothing in it but some images for editing I'm going to do, and this is my remote server up here, see? And so this, if you go to my remote server, you can see I already have WordPress. So if you've never done a WordPress site before, all this WP stuff's going to be in here. It's going to have a .php instead of a .html, because it's not going to be HTML that we're using. We can use some HTML elements, but mostly it's going to be PHP. Now, if you actually go, let's go to the GoPro Freak site right now, and there'll be nothing really on there except probably a little startup page. So we'll say www.gopro.freak.com. Oh, I have to go ahead and put some information in. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll call this site title is GoPro Freak. I'm going to go ahead and do it two words. My username, I can go ahead and put this in here. I have created my password and everything. My email is TonyLeeGlenn@gmail.com. Out there for plenty of folks to see this. Allow search engines to index this site. I will go ahead and let them index this site at this point. And I'm going to say go ahead and install WordPress. Alright, so now I can go ahead and log in to WordPress. And we're logged in. And so now I am logged in, and I set my thing as Tony Lee Glenn 1964. And by default, it's going to come up with the WordPress is going to come up with the 2014 theme. Now, the thing I told you I wanted to do is show you how to install Avada. There's nothing wrong with 2014 themes. As a matter of fact, right now my TonyLeeGlenn.com website uses 2014. It's pretty good. It's a responsive site. It allows you to resize, and it works really good for mobile and stuff like that. But if you look here, there's just not a whole lot of customizable things that you can do with this 2014. It's fairly good. I mean, there are some, you got colors, you can get background image and static front pages. There are different things you can do, and there's different places we can go to, but you're going to see a major difference when we go over and we look at the at everything that we can do with Avada. So I can see here the 1260 pixels wide is what this is recommending. But I'm going to go and install the Avada now and show you how that's done. So we have WordPress installed on GoPro Freak site. So now I'm going to kind of minimize this for a minute. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm at the remote server now. You see here where you have WP content. This is where your themes are. If you twirl this down, you see here are themes. And I would like to be able to put my Avada in the right kind of folder so that when I upload it, it goes to the proper folder. I want it to go inside this themes folder. Now, I don't want to download this whole themes folder because it has a whole lot of the free WordPress themes that come with WordPress. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and download one of these because that will allow me to go ahead and have a structure for uploading. This will make better sense once when I get to the upload thing. I'm going to go ahead and pick something like Sundance. I think this is kind of a fairly small. I don't want to download something that's big, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to over here. I'm going to download this. Now you could do this with your FTP program as well. It doesn't matter what. Just get you a good FTP program, and the same kind of thing will happen. So right now I'm downloading Sundance, which is inside themes, which is inside WP content, which is inside GoProFreak.com. And that's pretty cool. So what it means is I didn't have to download a whole bunch of stuff to get structure for uploading stuff. So I'll show you what this means, kind of what I'm talking about here just in a second. So here is the folder on my book, and here is the WP content. I just wanted to show you that it's on. I've saved this onto a my book here. So if I go back here to local view, you'll see the very same thing. And you know, once again, whatever FTP client you're using, same kind of deal. So we'll have this. Now we got the WP content here, right? So what I'm going to do over here where I have this, I'm going to go into themes. This is on my hard drive, right? And I'm going to go ahead and put Avada in here with this. So let me go ahead and grab Avada right quick. Okay, so here's where I have the Avada folder on my hard drive. I'm going to go ahead and just drag it over into this one and copy it. You can see it's 15.6 megs. It's a little too big to actually unzip. I've tried like 3 or 4 different times on different computers, different for different people, to install Avada before. And you have to always, for me at least, FTP it over. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the way for a minute. I'm going to refresh my view here. Actually, I guess it didn't matter. I'm still local view. I go here now and hit themes, and look, there's Avada in it, but it's not on the server yet. So now I'm going to upload this. Now by downloading this one, see, I downloaded the structure so that now that when I go to upload this, it's going to know to go to the right place. So we're going to upload the Avada, and it'll take probably about a couple minutes for it to go up. So we're going to pause again. Okay folks, so we're finishing our put operation, or our upload to the FTP server, and you can see here it's taken a while. I'm guessing about 4.5–5 minutes. 1,139 files is how many is in the Avada theme. So we'll check. Let's just check for fun. Let's in kicks. We'll see how many is in Sundance here in a minute. Actually, I guess I could look at another folder over here and see, couldn't I? Okay, and there are only 51 files, 11 folders, 51 files for Sundance. So isn't that amazing? 1,139 for Avada. That's why it's so powerful. So now I have, if I go to my local view here, or go to my remote server, I should be able to go, and there it is in there. Now, once again, folks, most of you who are familiar with uploading WordPress templates, the smaller, no problem. There's usually a zip file and you can upload the zip. I just have never, I've always had to, because of the size of Avada, I've had to upload via FTP. So now we can see we won't have to look at this probably ever again unless we want to just do some funky stuff in here. But I'm going to go ahead and close this. We won't have to be using an FTP program of any sort from now on. Now we should be able to go over here, and here's our WordPress again. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of expand that. Actually, I don't want to totally expand it because it goes outside of the field of view of my Snagit. But anyway, here we are. Now we're going to go to Themes, hopefully, and we're going to choose the Avada theme. I'm going to say Activate. Now when it comes up, it's going to be very plain, and Avada has a, by default, sort of a greenish theme. So I think we're active now. Alright, so we should be able to go and create a page. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go ahead and look at GoPro Freak now. GoProfreak.com, and it should pop up with the Avada theme. And there it is, hello world. This is the way all WordPress sites start, right? So they all sort of are created equal in the beginning. It's just what all is inside Avada to make it really do some awesome things. Well, I'll show you here. We'll go back. First of all, we're going to have to install a few plugins. It says begin installing plugins. This theme requires the following plugin installed or update: Fusion Core and also Revolution Slider. Folks, Revolution Slider kicks butt. It's the best. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and say begin installing plugins. And so I'm going to install both of these. Public actions, install. Here we go. And I'm going to hit apply. And looks like it has installed successfully. Fantastic. I'm going to go back just a minute to my themes. See, it says the following recommended plugin is currently inactive. Revolution Slider. We'll have to make both of those active. Activate installed plugins. Okay. So here's where you have different ones that can be activated or not activated. I'm going to activate Fusion Core, and I'm going to activate Revolution Slider. And that's all I'm going to activate for right now. I could go back in and do my Jetpack, would probably be a good thing to do, but I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to go back now. Okay, so you can go into theme options. Once you go into theme options, here's where things really start to get interesting. Now you'll notice a whole bunch of options for Avada. You got your general options. It says import demo content. Importing demo content will copy sliders, theme options, posts, pages, and portfolio posts. This will replace the live demo warning. Clicking this button will replace your current theme options, sliders, and widgets. It can also take a minute to complete. I'm going to go ahead and do it just so I have some demo content in. I think that's all right. Now, if you've already done some blogging and stuff, you don't want to probably do this. Now, once again, the other thing going on here is it has responsive design right now, and that's, you do want to probably keep that just because it'll make you a really nice mobile device, or one that will work well for the iPad. So very good. You can paste your tracking code from Google Analytics if you have that yet. I'm not going to do that just yet. I can go back in and do that later if I want to. So now I'm going to go to my header. And you see here Avada gives you some standard headers that you might like or you might not. And most of them really are all pretty customizable. I'm thinking I'm going to go something like this one. Let's just give it a shot and see what it looks like. Or do I want my little menus to be centered? I don't know. Let's just try this. Let's try this one. We'll go for this look. It says transparent header. This box will enable a transparent header that will display your slider behind it. Interesting. So you have a slider behind your header. I've not thought of doing that. Slider position is below. I'm going to go ahead and do that. A header top content. It says contact info. Select which content displays in the left. So you could pick something different, I guess. I'm not going to do that. I'm back to here again. Hang on a second. Header content for area 4. So you can choose what you want in these things, whether you want a banner or a search or a tagline. I'm going to go ahead and leave I'm going to leave everything sort of like it is for right now. Phone number, I'm going to put my phone number in here, which would be 828.448.508.55084 is me. Header email address is going to be so now it's branded better than just put my regular old email in there, isn't it? Header tagline, insert any headline or link you want here. The best of GoPro. Alright, so we'll say something like that. Background image for header. I could put a background image behind it, and I may do that here in a minute. I may have something I want to do on that. 100% image background, parallax image, background repeat. Open social icons, header, and new windows. All kinds of things here. Header top margin, I'm putting 0. Sticky header options. Folks, a lot of this stuff I don't totally understand what all it is, but let's take a look and see what we got. So I've just saved that. Now I'm going to go back to GoPro Freak and do a Control F5. And now we're getting somewhere. And see what it's done. It's put a slideshow in for me. It's just a sample slideshow. And I'll be able to totally change all of this here just shortly. And I got home, sliders, pages, portfolio, blog. This is stuff I can just build around if I want to, right? But the real site is called GoPro Freak, the freak and best GoPro. Now we've got to go back and we're going to do some more customizing here. So I'm going to go to, first of all I'm going to do a page. That will be my home page. So let's say add new. And we're going to have probably some pages in here already. Since they've downloaded some content for me, I'm going to call this home. So this will be my home page. And we're going to put some content on it. But okay, so folks, I'm back. And I've gone over here to settings and the reading settings. And if you want to select a home page or make a home page for your site, you generally have to go here to this reading setting and choose a static page rather than your latest post. You know, WordPress is set up originally to be a blogging powerhouse type program, and it is that. But a lot of people like to use WordPress now to create as their CMS, their content management system, and they create their homepage. Now the thing that's really cool, when I downloaded all that content, the samples and all from Avada, it tells me here that it's using home version 13. This is pretty amazing. If you go here to GoPro Freak, where I've got the Avada stuff up, you can sit here and you can go through. The reason I downloaded all this so you can see it. You can choose what kind of home you want. You can choose like home version 1. You can segue through all these and see what are the options here that they have. And it shows you kind of what, if you chose that one. Now you can change all this stuff here. You fill it up with your content, right? So it doesn't have to be their stuff, but you have all these different versions of the home that they've already created, and really good designers have done most of this. You'll see subtle differences on each one of these. Looks like this one has a nice little portfolio type thing for photos and stuff. And you click on that, what does it do? That's what happens here. Oh, excellent. See, so my buddies that have photo sites and things like that, they might really get a kick. Oh, look at that. So they've got a Vimeo in here in this one. I'm going to close it. You put anything you want to, it looks like, in these. So it looks like that might be a photo. So you can put videos, you can put photos, whatever you want to, into these little buckets down here. So this just shows you some things that you can do, and there's just dozens and dozens and dozens. I'm not going to bore you with this, folks. You can go here if you decide to use Avada, and you can look through and see which one meets your needs best. And as you can see, it's all set up for if you want to sell things. You know, maybe you have photos that you sell, you know, photography, or you have print work and stuff you do. I'm going to start using this for my own website. I've not done it yet. You got sliders. You can look here and see what kind of sliders you have and what the possibilities for those sliders are. It's talking about Revolution slider. It includes the popular Revolution slider for even more options. You can purchase now and get more. Believe me, there's plenty of options with Revolution slider. So I'm not going to get too deep into this. I would like to go back and I'm going to get rid of this Avada head. I'm going to start doing some customization on my own in the next video. I'm just showing you now. If you want to get started with something that looks professional, all this stuff is already set up for you. All these cool little sliders and things like that. So you can use Avada's power and then replace all this content with your content. So I am going to go ahead and do a little bit of work, and we'll come back to you on a future video.